What's up, guys? This is Webby back again for a new series here on the podcast. The series is Classic Royal Rumble Reviews. When you talk about one of the most influential, memorable, most important pay-per-views in the history of the WWE, you have to think about the Royal Rumble. When I think of the Royal Rumble, I look at everything the WWE has given us over the years. They've given us 20-man over the top rope Royal Rumble. Then they moved on to the 30-man over the top rope Royal Rumble. Then they moved on to the WWE Championship being on the line. Then they moved on to the WWE Championship on the line in the Royal Rumble matchup. Then they moved on to the number one contender spot in the main event at WrestleMania. Then we had 40-man Royal Rumble. All different types of things has happened at this event. Then we also had Mr. McMahon even winning the Royal Rumble matchup at one time. All memorable moments, huge moments happen at this event. Huge memories that will last forever. Two men winning the Royal Rumble, even at one time. Bret Hart and Lex Luger. Now, this particular series I'm going to be doing a little bit differently. I'm not going to do it the same way I did the classic Survivor Series reviews, where I did it from year to year to year by year, where I did it from 1987 to 1999, and I went straight through. I'm going to be doing it by importance. Which years I think should go in first, which years I think were the most important, and if you all have any suggestions on which years I should put on the channel for you all to watch, should review, let me know in the comments below. One thing I'd like to mention is, if you have not seen my SmackDown, Raw, or Survivor Series reviews this week, they are live on the channel right now. Go back and watch them. Show those videos some love. Hit the like button, share this video, subscribe, and hit the bell for all notifications. It is all appreciated here on the channel. A lot of hard work goes into making this channel good for you, and it's all appreciated. Now, the 1991 Royal Rumble. This Royal Rumble had lots of stories told in it. It built up the Stars and Stripes WrestleMania 7. It had a great backstory leading into the Royal Rumble. A lot of hatred came out of this event simply because of the Iraqi sympathizer, the American turncoat, Sergeant Slaughter, taking on who he called the Ultimate Puke for the WWE Championship, aka the Ultimate Warrior. Which the match wasn't anything really. It wasn't that exciting. It wasn't special as far as match quality wise, but when you look at the story it was telling, Macho King Randy Savage wanting a number one contender spot if the Ultimate Warrior was victorious, because he had already had his spot if Sergeant Slaughter was victorious. So he was just waiting for the A-OK by the Ultimate Warrior, which we all knew Ultimate Warrior was going to say no. I mean, look at the rivalry they were having. They showed a backstory of Macho King Randy Savage nailing him in the throat with the scepter off the top rope, amongst other things. So, of course, he was going to say no. And that's exactly what he did to Sensational Queen Sherri. Sensational Queen Sherri, even with trying to build him up and all this stuff, couldn't even talk. Couldn't even get the Ultimate Warrior to say yes to giving him a title shot if he won. And that comes into play in this matchup because the Macho King Randy Savage helped Sergeant Slaughter win the WWE Championship. First off, he takes some speakers, he takes some lights, something like that, and waffles. Just hits, runs over the Ultimate Warrior without the referee seeing. Now, Sensational Queen Sherri helps with this, grabs the leg of the Ultimate Warrior. Rowdy Roddy Piper and Gorilla Monsoon sold all this with commentary, made it sound great. And then Sergeant Slaughter picks up the pieces. After this was done, Ultimate Warrior gave his usual comeback. And then Sensational Queen Sherri once again comes down. And we get the scepter smashed and cracked all over the Ultimate Warrior's face. Sergeant Slaughter with an elbow for a 1, 2, 3. Sets up two major matches for Stars and Stripes WrestleMania 7. One being a retirement matchup. The loser must retire. Macho King Randy Savage versus the Ultimate Warrior, which was an epic confrontation, which I will be doing a WrestleMania Classics review once the Royal Rumble is officially over. So tune in for that later on down next year. However, that was a great setup for that particular matchup. Now, as far as Sergeant Slaughter winning the WWE Championship, it really made the most sense. Stars and Stripes, WrestleMania 7, Iraqi turncoat, Iraqi sympathizer, American turncoat. Of course, they have to have that heel bad guy who's the WWE champion. The question is, what American hero is going to take down the Iraqi sympathizer? AKA, I am a real American, the immortal Hulk Hogan. As we found out a little bit later on, we'll be going over it in the Royal Rumble matchup. First contest in the opening match was the Orient Express versus the Rockers. Good contest to open up the Royal Rumble back in 1991. Orient Express was always that tag team really that opened up the Royal Rumble back in these days. And they did a great job getting the fans hyped up, getting the fans ready for the rest of the show. The Rockers went over here, kept their momentum going. As we know, they ended up breaking up later on in 1991. But no question, this was a great matchup to kick off the Royal Rumble. The Barbarian versus the Big Boss Man. This was another good match for two big men. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Big Boss Man was a good wrestler for his size. And he was a good character for the WWE. The Heenan family and the Big Boss Man, Bobby Heenan and the Big Boss Man, the storyline behind the matches was always, to me, more intriguing than the match itself. But these two guys put on a good match for their size. And of course, Bobby Heenan making fun of the boss man's mom and all this stuff was always intriguing and very exciting to watch back in those days. So Big Boss Man wins here, but does not get his hands on Bobby the Brain Heenan. The Mounting versus Coco Beware. Okay, you know, whatever. This was a break to calm down the fans after Sergeant Slaughter defeated the Ultimate Warrior, because that was a shock and everybody was just very angry about that. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the father and son tag team. The American Dream and his son Dustin took on the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and Virgil. This match, I am giving WWE props. This was a match that started the build of Virgil. Now, as we all are aware, Virgil did all these things for the $1 Million Man because he got paid to do them. Massaged his feet, cleaned stuff off his shoes, all different types of stuff they said they did. And now it was Virgil's time to turn babyface. This match, wasn't anything special. It was the last pay-per-view that the American Dream Dusty Rhodes wrestled in, because he didn't wrestle at WrestleMania 7. And that was the next pay-per-view. So I was kind of disappointed about that. However, Ted DiBiase and Virgil won, and Virgil waffled Ted DiBiase in the head with the $1 Million belt. Virgil, instant babyface, and moved on to win the $1 Million championship at SummerSlam that year. Very intriguing, very good way to build up Virgil after having to do all these things with the $1 Million Man, and then just turning on him after getting tired of having to do all that stuff. And as far as the Royal Rumble matchup is concerned in the main event, this makes the Immortal Hulk Hogan's third, Hulk Hogan won the Royal Rumble event 2 times. Hulk Hogan was the only one that made sense to take down the Iraqi sympathizer known as Sergeant Slaughter. Now, after this WrestleMania, we all know that the Immortal One started winding down because he got done with the Sergeant Slaughter thing at SummerSlam, and The Undertaker came in, and then Ric Flair and all that stuff. But this match, one thing that I did not like about it, one thing that just made me just want to cringe is, I understand having heels and that kind of stuff to get the baby face over, But when you have Earthquake and the Nasty Boys and all those as the last ones to be eliminated, and Hulk Hogan is the other last one, of course the immortal Hulk Hogan is going to be victorious. Could have done a better job WWE at who the last ones to be eliminated, because that was a guaranteed Hulk Hogan was going to be eliminated. Plus, with the promo, you had him cut right before the event itself when he said that Sergeant Slaughter's reign as WWE champion is going to be only temporary. Thank you, Hulk Hogan, said by Mean Gene. So, Hulk Hogan wins and then goes on to take down Sergeant Slaughter at WrestleMania 7. And that was the 1991 Royal Rumble. Very important Royal Rumble leading into WrestleMania 7. I thought it was a great starter for this series because it was the very first Royal Rumble where the WWE Championship was on the line, and it was in a singles matchup, and that I thought was a very important thing that the WWE did. You all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Don't forget to put down in the comments below which ones you would like me to review. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thank you if you are a subscriber. And until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.